Hello, beautiful people. Oh, I lost my voice. So kindly enjoy it. Sorry, I'm just saying I apologize in advance, right? I had wanted to just edit this video without the voice, but I know you guys always see to voice over my videos, right? So this is a traditional marriage cake I made about a month ago, right? I've not had time to edit it and post it. So um, it's fruit cake and vanilla, and it's 5 layers for the base, and then 3 layers or 4 layers for the second tier. Right, in the beginning of the video, you saw other cakes on the table. Of course, I did not use all of them for this particular cake. Right, I decorated other cakes, which I will be showing you later. You may even see a glimpse of them in the video. Right, it's just short clips in the background of this video. That was because that was the day I decorated everything, and I would edit it and also post it for you to see. So like you can see here, just layering the cake. Your cake must be properly layered for it, so for you to be able to trim it, especially for square cakes, right? So trim it just like that. It's easy to trim square cakes. I know a lot of people find square cake difficult, but no, you shouldn't. After watching this video, is a simplified tutorial on how your square cakes can be perfectly decorated. I know I have a lot of other tutorials on square cakes. You can kindly refer to them if you think this is not enough or you want to see other method of how I did it. I have a lot of videos on that. You can check the channel and watch them. Thank you. And this is saying a big shout out to all my subscribers. You guys are just the best. You are the reason why I'm here. You're the reason why I post tutorials every week. Right? I sincerely take your presence here. I sincerely appreciate your presence here. I do not take it for granted. Thank you so much. So you can see that it's very easy. Right? So after trimming your cake, of course, you know you're going to crumb coat it, right? So here is just buttercream and a little cake crumbs, right? You can even crumb coat it without adding the little cake crumbs, right? But I'd love to add cake crumbs, or alternatively you use chocolate ganache, right? So whatever you have works, whatever method you know works, right? So this is just a simplified method on how you can achieve it even without your chocolate ganache, and you see have a perfect square cakes, right? It's very easy. Please try it if you can. Watch it. Don't just watch my video. Try to practice them so that I become a master of it. I learned Kiki on YouTube. So that is why I'm posting these tutorials for you to also watch and learn. Right? There are a lot of videos that you can learn from YouTube. When I started using YouTube to learn, YouTube wasn't this populated at that time. So I always saw cakes from the whites, right, from my brothers and sisters outside Africa. So then it was really difficult trying to, convert their recipes to our Nigerian recipes and sourcing for the material. It was really difficult. So here now you have a lot of people, a lot of bakers on YouTube who are dropping tutorials, right? So it's more easier to learn on YouTube now than it was like 10, 15, 20 years ago, right? So there's no excuse for you. Watch videos, practice. You can use a dummy cake to practice your fondant covering before you do it on an actual cake. I assure you, you may make one or two mistakes, right? When you start, of course, we don't just learn to run, right? We'll People were made to crawl, to stand, to then before they start walking and of course running. But most of us, our challenge is that we just want to start running because a particular baker is doing it. You watch a particular video and say, oh, it's so easy, let me just go and start. And it doesn't work like that. You can practice and practice with a dummy or something, and then before you can practice on an actual cake, of course, then it will be easier for you to navigate, right? So don't just see a tutorial and then you just want to master it the way the person did it. It took the person years of practice and of experience before the person got to where he or she is today. So for you to get to that particular point, you have to put in a lot of work, right? Especially if you're someone who wants to. So always ensure you do that. And here you can see that I coated the entire cake from the top to the 4 sides. And if you look at this video, the 4 sides are equal. That's why you need to pay proper attention when you're trimming your cake, right? You have a seamless looking, beautiful, all sides equal cake, like a perfect square. It's possible. I see a lot of videos where people trim square cakes and some sides are larger than some the bottom are bigger than the top and all that. Those are little discrepancies that you can correct when you're trimming, because whatever you trim and crop coat, that is how the result of your cake. So you're going to ensure that for this particular cake, I'm covering it twice. So that is why you see that that is just water. I'm spraying water on it so that the fondant can glue to the cake. Right, it's been a long I think we coated this cake the previous day. Right, so this is the next day. Fondant were already dry, the crumb coat was already dry. So we needed to apply water. So it's here, alternatively you can use steamer to steam the cake and then put your fondant. But in case you don't have a steamer, just get a spray bottle, put your room temperature water, and then you're good to go. So you can see here there was a mistake. I was trying to fill up the cake, not knowing that the cake was not directly under the board. So, oops. So I had to shift it to the board, and it was a bit difficult. Eventually we did, and then we started covering the sides by sides. So this side is just to put your layer of fondant, and then of course use your tool smoother like so, and then just cut it, and there you have it. Your edges will be very sharp, right? It's very easy. Square cakes are very easy to cover, so you shouldn't be afraid of square cakes. A lot of people prefer to cover round than to cover square. Please, square cakes are easy. Once you find your way around it, just like this, wrap your fondant, smoothen it, and then use your two smoothers to cut off the edges. Oops, fell off, sorry. Right, mistakes happen. That's why I don't like mistakes off my videos. Just smile and go right ahead. A lot of bakers experience this in the private. They don't put it up in the public, right? Mistakes happen. When they happen, don't beat yourself, right? Continue, because a lot of us face a lot of challenges when we are doing this off the camera. But for me, I like putting up my mistakes on the camera so that when you're doing yours, you know that even busy bee experiences this. Don't beat yourself. When you're tired, take a break, rest. After a while, come back to your work, and I assure you are going to have a seamless, beautiful job, right? So there it was. If you can see, it's not very thick, the fondant. That's because I'm going to cover the cake again in another fondant, right? So here you see that I was trying to centralize the board. The cake was very big. The cake was 12 inches. I know it's 5 layers, and the layers were thick, so you can see how high. Once you leave it on the board, just try and get the work rolling. Centralize it in the board, because this is the very board I'm going to decorate the cake on eventually. So that was why I ensure that it is well centralized, so that some part of the board will not be larger than the other part. So ensure that that is properly done. So once that is done, you cover your board. Of course, you know I like to cover my board. You can never see me with a fondant cake that the board is not properly covered. No. So here I'm just covering the second tier, right? So I had to fast forward the video because of course you've seen how the first was covered, and I have a lot of 20 tutorials on how to cover a round cake. It is pretty easy, right? It's very easy, easier than, to some people it's easier than covering a round cake, a square cake, I mean. So you can see that the round is actually tall as well, right? So here you can see that I'm flipping this one over just like I did the square, right? It's very easy. A lot of people, some bakers don't like flipping it over. Wrap your fondant around it and then start smoothing it, and then use your two smoothers and cut off the excess. It is as simple as ABC. Even a beginner can do this. A beginner can actually cover this cake and it will come out as nice. So if you're on my other social media handles, if you cover it and you like it, especially on Facebook, this thing is very simple. Something let me see how you on your own. Don't beat yourself if you're making any mistakes. Kindly go on, and I assure you, with your resilience, patience, and hard work, you'll be able to cover your cake seamlessly. And hey, sending a shout out to all my followers, all my subscribers. You guys are the real MVP. I do not take your presence here for granted. Thank you so much to the new ones that are just coming up. This is Busy with Cakes, a self-taught baker who loves to impact and give back to the society that has given us so much. That is why I post tutorial here on a weekly basis for you to watch, learn, and master with time. So when you're encountering challenges, don't give up. When you're having low patronage, don't give up. Keep just going on. And of course, you know that with prayers, supplication, and thanksgiving, make your request made known to God. There's nothing impossible with God. If you are trusting God for clients, pray. If you are trusting God for new ideas, pray. If you are trusting God for whatever you are trusting God for, just pray. And I assure you, because the Bible says, if you delight yourselves in the Lord, He will grant the desires of your heart. You can check that in Psalm 34. I think the B part of it. Just delight yourself in the Lord, and He will grant the desires of your heart. There is nothing impossible with God. There's nothing. Like I said, I'm covering this cake twice for the square. So I'm using this matte impression because I want to have this wood effect design on the second layer. On the second layer that I'm going to cover the cake with, right? So that's why I'm just using this mat on it. So if you can see, using this mat, when you're rolling it, please start from the beginning of the mat and just roll it all through until you finish. Because if you roll and stop, you'll be seeing where you stopped on the fondant. So just roll it like that. So after rolling now, we are going to measure and then start cutting. So here we have edible spirit and chocolate brown, because I'm going to be painting this. So just pour a little amount of your chocolate brown and edible spirit. Brown, sure it's not too much, especially if you want to achieve this color that I achieved on this tutorial. It's very little. Then here is a brush, here is a foam. You can see I'm not applying it too much, just a little will go, right? Just a little. So this is the color that I want. So apply it just like that, and just a little give you. Do it for all the sides or the three fondant that you rolled out. I know some of you will probably wonder why I'm doing it like this. Why don't I just cover the cake and then start painting it? No, because here, after cutting it, I want to put it in the oven, or if you have a dry oven, right, hot cupboard, you can put them to firm up. Applying them on the cake like that, because the fondant is still light, like it's not dry, they are going to like bend and all that, and I don't want them to bend, right? I want them to stand. So after painting them, I cut them there. I was just trying to paint some parts to be a little bit darker, right? Yeah, so you see the part I'm doing to be a little bit darker, just like a tree, right? So that's the design. So like I said, When you do that, just bend them like that and then cut them into the shapes and then put them in a hot cupboard, put them in a hot cupboard to dry. If you don't have a hot cupboard, put them under the sun and for like 1 hour or thereabouts while you are doing other things, and then it will dry and firm up, right? So you can see that I'm cutting them to be the exact same size, right? So once I do this, I put them under the sun to dry, or you put them in a hot or a cupboard. They will dry and firm up. Then you can easily put them on the cake. Please, if you've watched to this level, kindly like, comment, subscribe, and share. Right, so you see that particular rose cake and the other one behind. I decorated all of them this particular day, and I'm going to post them. Especially this rose cake is very beautiful. I'm going to post them for you to see in my next tutorial next week. Right, I assure you, next week. So here I cover the board and then stack the cake and then put the
So I'm going to put the
nestia on it. So now I'm going to start. So you can see that they are dry. You can see that they are very dry. And they can stand on their own, right? Just like that. So here I just want to ensure that so the mistake I made here was that I mixed everything together. Like, assuming I remove them the way I cut them out like that, I put them in the hot oven, right? So it would be easy for me to just put them one after the other, but then I made a mistake by mixing everything together. So you can see that getting the next side that fits perfectly was a bit of a challenge for me. So I had to start looking, which is the next one, right, before I was able to get it. So when you are doing yours, ensure you arrange everything, align them piece by piece, and put them in the hot oven like that. So when it's time to arrange them on the cake, they'll just be the way you cut them. So it'll be easier to put on the body of your cake. So you can see that even this one did not align properly, right? You can see that there's a space. So I was just trying to ensure that it aligns. I was cutting. But if I had just removed them the way I cut them initially and put them in the hot oven, it would be easier for me to apply. So like I said, you either put them in the hot oven, put them under the sun. Anyone works, it will just firm up and then you are good to go. A hot oven is just a carton or a frame that you made, right, with a yellow bulb inside, right? That's where you dry your sugar flowers, anything you want to dry, fondant and all that. So you can see this one fits perfectly. So it was easier for me to put on it like that. So what I'm using to glue it's a royal icing. So royal icing sticks perfectly. If you use water, it could also work, right? But water could make it softer and they'll start bending. So that's why I use royal icing, right? So just like that, just keep putting them piece by piece until you put them in the entire cake. So you see, that is why I cover the cake not too thick, because if you look at the cake, you can see that it's not very thick, right? So this is the reason why I did it like that, because I didn't want to waste a lot of fondant while doing it. So here, I arranged them piece by piece. It was a lot of work, but it was worth it, because eventually it turned out to be very beautiful. Sorry for those of you who've never heard a cock crow before. This is Africa, and the cock crows in the morning. And I'm editing this video in the morning. Alright, so you can hear the cock crowing. It's beautiful, right? And actually, some people have never heard a cock crow because they're in a civilized
just continue
country.
until you finish.
Like I said, this was a lot of work. It took hours and hours and hours and hours. I think these cakes, the 4 cakes I decorated that day, or the 3 cakes, took the entire day. Right, the entire day. So you can imagine how stressful it was. But just that it's rewarding. I enjoy to decorate cakes. I could stand all day decorating. I love it. I love cake making. I love cake decorating. I love it. If you are as passionate as I am, you on your own do research, look for ways to improve, to serve your customers better, or even your family, right? Just ensure you are growing, because we grow on a daily basis. So also ensure as you're growing in your age, also ensure you're growing spiritually, you're growing mentally, you're growing emotionally. You just grow. It's part of the process of being humans, right? So here, that one was too big, and then I had to move it to the other side so that I can put a smaller one, because this is the back of the cake. Please don't make this mistake that I made. If you are the one working on this cake, right, just panel the sides, right, as if you're covering a cake, all the sides. Panel them as if you want to panel them, then remove them and cut them, right? Then put them on a separate boards, right, so dry, right? So that by the time you want to align them, you want to do the placement, you'll just be taking them from one board to the other and align them. So it will be easier for you like that. So I learned by this one, right? The next one I'll show you, it won't be this stressful for me. So you can see we have a smaller piece at the back, right? So, thank God it's at the back, and that is well perfected. So after that, you're going to trim everything so that you have equal cakes, and then you're going to use your finger to just pinch them off like that. Then here I made beads. There is a full tutorial on how I made beads on. These are edible beads, so please kindly watch them. There is a full tutorial on how I didn't want to start my channel making them here, showing you how I made it here again, so the video will not be too long. So there is a full tutorial on how I make eggplant, how to make fondant plates for your cakes, how to make these beads and all that. You can refer to it in the channel. So I cut this one into pieces because I'm going to be pouring them here, right? So it's just a molden, like a contemporary traditional cake, right? So you can see it's not that African. It's just somewhere in the middle, right? And kindly rate the cake in the comments. Do you like it? Would you like to try it? Rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. And thank you to all my subscribers who are watching from Africa, from America, North America, Australia, Europe, in fact, all everywhere. I love you. I appreciate you. Sending you loves and kisses, a lot of love and kisses to you. I do not take your presence here for granted. And know that Jesus loves you. Whatever challenge you are going through in life, just pray. The Lord God Almighty will come through for you. God does not disappoint those who put their trust and their confidence in Him. And if you put your trust and confidence in Him, I assure you that He will not disappoint you. I love you so much, and Jesus loves you. Bye. See you in my very next tutorial. Mwah.